Hello and welcome to Motors for the Masses, and today I'm doing something a little bit different. Now, some of you have asked in previous videos and in comments on Facebook how many bikes I've got now and what I actually have. So today, that's what the video is about. So let's roll the intro and get cracking. So let's start with this. Now this is a 2003 Honda Hornet 900. Now I've always liked the Hornet, but I always wanted the 900 because I want the twin exhausts. So here it is. It's got low mileage. It's a lovely example, beautiful looking bike. So there you go. Now the engine in this is the same as a Fireblade, just not quite as much horsepower, but it's still enough and it's still pretty damn quick. So there you go. They're getting quite rare now, which is why I'm keeping hold of it. So on to the next one. Now this one is my 1991 L1 Kawasaki ZXR 400 with the Hoover pipes. Now, as you know, this has just been finished and it was yellow and black. Mileage wise, it's done 32,000 miles, but I actually think that's kilometers. No, it's miles. Doesn't matter. I love it. Now, I wanted to go for the purple and orange because I love purple, as you may well know, because I'm doing purple on the Mustang and my track bike is purple. But there you go. So yeah, this one had 62 horsepower, which is a lot for a 400. I'm yet to ride this properly on the road. I'm waiting for a little bit less ice so I can give it a good run within legal terms, obviously. So there you go. Yes, my 1991 Kawasaki ZXR 400. Now on to the bike I always wanted, the 2015 MV Agusta Dragster 800RR. Now, when they first came out, as I've said in previous videos, I wanted this bike. It was gorgeous. Everything about it was just beautiful. From the spoked wheels to the 200 back tyre to the look of it, I won't say the sound of it, because the sound was dull, which is why I put the HP Course exhaust on. But other than that, everything about it is just gorgeous, apart from the droopy bottom lip on the front there. But there you go. Yes, my 2015 MV Agusta Dragster RR. Now, this has done 9,500 miles, so it's not a huge mileage, maybe about 10,000, I think. Yeah, there you go. Now, the red, I think, is beautiful in this as well. Everything about it is just lovely. It's machined well. The only thing I will say is that being Italian, it does have its foibles, as in the lean angle sensor went. The fork seal, which obviously was replaced under warranty, but it's 1,500 quid if you want a new leg. But there you go. Yes, my Dragster RR. So then it's on to this, the 2001 Enfield Bullet 500. Now I say Enfield like that because it's not a Royal Enfield, it's an Indian import Enfield. Being 2001, however, you'd think it was quite modern, but being Indian, not that there's anything against India of course, but everything's a lot simpler over there and you don't have all the regulations that they have in the UK. So this comes with points, not electronic ignition, and it's a kickstart only. There's no electric start. And as you know from the previous video, it's been fun getting it to start. However, now we know how to start it and it does run very nicely indeed. Now, when I got it, it had the double seat on it. Got rid of that. Put the single seat on it, very in keeping with the era because it's basically a spring with some sort of leather implement over the top. And then I made a bracket to go down the side and around here. Put another seat on so I can take my little boy out on it and put the saddlebags on as well. And this is lovely. Mileage wise, it's only done 3,600 kilometers, which is not bad at all. But there you go. My no, it's not even that. See, I want to say 1960s, but it isn't. My 2001 Enfield Bullet 500. Next, we've got this, my 2017 FB Mondial liquid cooled 125. Now, I bought this in 2017, funny enough, from here when it was AR Motorcycles before I bought it and changed it to Lightning Storm Motorcycles 4 years ago. So it is the first bike I've had since I came back to the UK in 2015. I've had bikes since I was 16 and I've always had 125s and L plates, but this was my learner bike because I thought that'll do me, and there was only when I bought this place that I thought actually maybe I should pass my test. Now it was grey originally with the brown seats, however I wanted to make it special, so I went for the Gulf colours and made it all Gulfified, and I think it looks amazing. Took off the knobbly tyres and put on a chunky tyre on the front and a nice big 150 on the back, and it rides lovely. But I don't see me riding it very often, if at all, ever again, but I just can't part with it. So there we go, my Gulf Special FB Mondial 125. Now it brings me on to this, my 1978 Honda 404. Now obviously it didn't start out like this, it started out like a standard looking Honda 404, which had been off the road for 22 years, dry stored, didn't run, and it had various sort of aftermarket parts on it. So it had the square swing arm instead of the round swing arm. It had these wheels which were 80s wheels, but not that went on this. It's got the American style collector exhaust rather than the flat 4 pipes on the bottom, and it had some weird plastic mudguard and this big bulging seat, so I didn't mind chopping it around. Called it the hybrid because everyone does cafe races, but I wanted to do a cafe scrambler, which is what it is. It rides like a bag of nails simply because it's on knobblies, but I think it looks amazing and it does ride okay. I mean, I've ridden all sorts, so I don't really care, but not a daily rider, but just something a bit special for the weekend, sir. But anyway, there you go. The tank is a Benelli tank. I think they're Ram Air, yes, Ram Air filters on there. Obviously number 22 with the slash cut exhaust, and I just love everything about it, you know. And I know there's the purists out there, they go, well, just leave it alone, put it back to original, but that's what everyone does. And I don't do what everyone else does. I like to do things different that I like. So there we go, my 1978 Honda 404 hybrid, but not in the sense you think. So on to this, my 2019 MASH 400 Force, or MASH Force 400. Now, the best thing about this is that there was only 200 made and only 5 ever in the UK, certainly in this army green. So I had to have one, so I did. Now, unfortunately, Jamie sold it from under me. I put it in the showroom so people can look at and have a look at them, and then he went and sold it. However, luckily, it was sold to a person that we know doesn't keep bikes very long and looks after them. So when he decided to sell it, I bought it back. And the first thing I did that afternoon is took it home so we couldn't sell it again. But there you go, my MASH Force 400. However, it's not as it should be. And you can get the racks for these. And if you remember, if you can't, go back and have a look on the video. Malcolm and I made these racks to go on the side, one for the fuel carrier and one for the bag. And that's it. It came already with the plate on here. Now some of you are going to say, is that legal? Well, it's got the rubber around it. So yeah, it is. But there you go. I also put this ammo box on here and painted that up, and this helmet, strapped that on, and they are real rounds, except all the clawdite has been emptied out and they're dummies rather than real rounds. So don't worry, no one can shoot those. But there, what do you think? My 2019 MASH Force 400. So then that brings me on to this, my 1994 Honda NTV 650. Now this started out as a 650 NTV with all the fairings on and some weird, what looked like a Metro centre box exhaust on there. And I thought, I need to do a Mad Max bike. I bought this specifically to do a Mad Max bike. I was looking for something just different that could be made into something mad and not cost the earth. And it didn't. I didn't pay a lot for it. It didn't run very well to start with, especially with that exhaust on, but then we fixed that. We did have a lot of issues getting it to run properly with this exhaust on, but it was an experiment of blocking holes up, drilling holes, putting wadding in, and then we got there in the end. I wanted the knobbly tyres on it, so I've got the knobbly tyres, 150 on the back and a 120, might even be a 130 on the front. The tank is standard, but obviously done it instead of red in this nice sand looking colour. Scratched it all up, put the MFP, like the Mad Max Main Force Patrol stickers on it, and down the side here, and just left it dirty. You know, I just wanted it to look like an old Mad Max style bike that's just been rough and ready and can go anywhere and do anything. And there you go, fantastic. My 1994 NTV 650 Mad Max. So now it's on to this, my track bike. Now this is a 1999 Yamaha R6 EB5. It's a nice quick machine, it'll do 145 top, and it's, there you go, a track bike. Now, it was purple when I got it, so I haven't really done too much of the paintwork. Not saying that was the reason I bought it, but it was helpful. And then I just graphicked it up as such, and we've done quite a few track days on this, or I have. And yeah, it rides lovely, it's light, it's nimble, and it's brilliant fun. So there we go, my 1999 Yamaha R6 track bike. So on to this, my 1997 Honda VTR Firestorm 1000. There you go. I bought this as a standard black bike. I actually bought two at the same time. The first one needed a bit more work, so got rid of that and kept this one. And this one has done the lowest mileage, 22, I think, 22,000. Might even be 17, can't remember. Changed the exhaust to the double trumpet Lextech exhaust. Sounds immense, so much so I had to put the baffles back in because it was even too loud for me. But even with the baffles in, it sounds awesome, and there's various videos of that online also. So yes, there we go, my race-inspired Honda VTR Firestorm 1000. Look at that, it's awesome, beautiful. Now these ride very, very differently to any other bike because they're quite heavy, especially on the front end, so it's just a different ride in comparison to a lot of the other stuff I've got. A lot of weight on the front end down there, but there we go, still love it. And now we come to this, the old favourite. Now this is my 2004 Triumph Speed Triple 955i. Now I originally wanted the 1050 because I like the twin exhausts, but when this cropped up it did need some stuff doing to it. I had a clutch issue, but that went like the second day I had it. The tank was awful, as in someone had rubbed it down and then sprayed it and then put a tank pad on, and you could still see the outline of the tank pad in the paint. It was just awful. So I sprayed it this lovely bronze colour, and yeah, there you go. My my 2004 Triumph Speed Triple 955i. Now, one thing I wanted was a double exhaust, but something again a bit different to what everybody else has. So I went over to the fabricators over there and they made up this pipe for me. I asked them to just do a double pipe with these two side by side and put the twin Delkevic exhausts on, and as you've heard in previous videos, it sounds immense and it's a bit of a flamethrower. So there we go. Changed the headlights as well for the halogen lights, and they're nice and bright, oh sorry, LED lights, sorry, nice bright LED lights, and it looks, sounds and rides awesomely. Now I've thought a couple of times about selling this, especially when I got the Honda Hornet, but I just can't part with it. Every time I ride it, it just feels brilliant. Everything about it is brilliant. It's not the fastest, it's not the lightest, it's not the most nimble, but it just rides really well all the time. Love it. So there we go. My 2004 Triumph Speed Triple 955i. And I've left the chunker till last. This is my 2013 Triumph Explorer 1215 Triple. This is heavy, about 270 kilos once you get the boxes on, but it rides excellently. You know, you can go anywhere with it. If I do long journeys, it's so comfortable. It's got the heated seats, it's got the heated grips, it's got the bar protectors. It's just got everything you could possibly want. I've got a sat nav for it. I've got the cameras on it, like I have on a lot of my bikes, to be fair. And it's just brilliant. It's a great all-rounder. It is heavy and it is cumbersome to maneuver, but it's just a lovely, lovely riding bike. And I can't get enough of it. When I go on long journeys, it's a no-brainer. I definitely take this. So there we go, my 2000. Now, when I bought this, actually, I bought it for a bargain price and I traded in a Benelli Leoncino that I had for 12 minutes. And it's only got 17,000 miles on the clock. Now I think about 18 and a half, so it still hasn't done a lot. But there we go, my 2013 Triumph 1215 Triple Explorer thing. Now, some might say, why have you got all those bikes? It's pointless. Just have one or two, or just have one. You can only ride one at a time, and I've heard it all before. Why don't waste the money? Why are you doing that? Why aren't you riding them? Why have you done that? I don't care. I love these bikes for all very different reasons, and I'm not swapping and changing all over the time. I'm just adding to my fleet all the time. And a lot of these bikes are just bikes that are becoming rarer and going up in value, and they are specific to me in the way I've designed them, and I want to style them in that way. There you go. That's the reason why I have them, and I don't think it'll be stopping there. Nice. Sounds like BMW. Anyway, so there we go. If you have any comments, please leave them in the comment section below. How many bikes have you got? Let me know in the comment section below. Also, if you've got a link for your fleet, stick that in the comment section also. He's not hanging about. It's a 40-mile-an-hour area down there, apparently. Nice. So there we go. That's all I have time for this episode. We'll be back very soon with something else, another bike review and some other stuff as well. And we've got a Christmas message coming up also, so stay tuned for that. So until next time, please ride and drive carefully, but have fun. Bye-bye.